I scrolled the entire Steam Next Fest library looking to find all the best games coming out in the next year. I will now be showing off the top 15 that I have found and breaking down some of my thoughts on them. If you are new to the channel, welcome in. My name is Shredded Cheese, and I'm a streamer over on Twitch and a YouTuber who focuses on all things indie games, from tips and tricks to tutorials, reviews, and even challenges. I am committed to sharing my love of non-AAA games and will be taking the time to show off some of the highlights of Steam Next Fest. I want you to comment down below what games you want to see me play and make reviews for in the coming months as they release. Starting off with by far the most popular game featured in Next Fest is the action RPG game Lies of P. Lies of P is a thrilling Souls-like that takes the story of Pinocchio, turns it on its head, and sets it against a darkly elegant backdrop. This game's demo has been out for a little bit, and I have seen many people playing this game online. Although I do not enjoy the challenging difficulty behind these styles of games, I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed watching others stream this game. Lies of P is scheduled to release on September 19th, 2023. I am not planning to play this game myself, but I know many who will vouch for this game if you are a fan of the genre. Unlike Lies of P, a game I am excited to play is called Life Not Supported. This is a raft-like game where you are the lone survivor orbiting a potential new home. You are tethered to what's left of your spacecraft and will need to gather supplies from the debris field in an attempt to assemble a makeshift vessel to survive and possibly uncover the truth about why your ship malfunctioned in the first place. Life Not Supported is scheduled for early access on the 26th of June this year. That's just a few days away if you're watching this video when it comes out. I've already reached out to the devs to try getting one of these early access keys, and hopefully I'll be able to start streaming and making videos on this game soon. If you like the out-of-this-world games centered in space, be sure to stick around for the last game as well. Keeping with the sci-fi feel, Luna Abyss is a game that caught my eye for its breathtaking futuristic environment. Luna Abyss is a single-player action and adventuring game that follows the journey of Fox. This prisoner is caught between their prison sentence and a cryptic prophecy that requires the player to survive not only a platforming-style gameplay, but also in a first-person shooter style of fighting. The only date I can find for the release of Luna Abyss is December 13th of 2022, which would be more than 6 months ago. So the cryptic mystery of this game has already begun, but I will be looking forward to when I can download and play the full version. If you are a fan of the Fallout series, this next game might be a good fit for you. Strain is a story-driven survival game in an apocalyptic, neon-filled world. You will find yourself stuck inside the walls of the city and need to scavenge for resources and fight off raiders to survive. The demo for this game reminded me a lot of the Fallout series, but the environment is more aligned with a cyberpunk-esque world. The combination of these two games really intrigued my interest. You will ultimately join a faction in an attempt to work your way to a position of power. The fate of the city will lay in your hands when this game releases later this year. Unlike the past two games that focus on stunning environments, this next game I found was a nostalgia-driven pick. When I was younger, I would play a web-based game called Fish Tycoon with my older sister, and we would spend hours trying to perfect our store and breed the rarest fish to make the most money. Chillquarium is a modern rendition of this game I played over a decade ago, and it operates on the same principles. This game might not make any appearances in videos or on stream, but this will definitely be a game I pick up to play at the end of a long day to relax and forget about life for a while. If you don't feel an itch for cozy style fish keeping games, maybe flipping the genre of the game 180 degrees will help you find a game you might enjoy. Jawbreaker has nothing to do with keeping cute pixelated fish, and instead this game is based on surviving in a post-apocalyptic world on the verge of collapse. This game is slated for release by the end of 2023, so depending on the official release date, it could be a great game to pick up for October's spooky season. I am not one to enjoy horror games, but maybe if I get enough followers on Twitch by then, you could convince me to play this gang-infested terror for a stream or two. If Jawbreaker gave you a bit of a scare and you need some eye bleach, I have not one, but two cute animal-based games you might enjoy. The first is an urban version of Stray. Little Kitty, Big City is a family-friendly adventure game where you explore the city and make friends with other animal characters. If that premise of a game isn't wholesome enough, you need to check out the hats you can unlock to customize your feline friend and add a bit of cuteness as you leave the iconic wake of minor chaos all cats do in your trail. If you find yourself as more of a dog person, you don't have to worry, because Stick to the Plan is a puzzle game that might just be for you. Roberto is a canine with a plan and truly believes that size does matter. This lovable dog has an affinity for really long sticks, and you will have to navigate through puzzles with your prized possessions. Little Kitty, Big City will not release until 2024, but you will be able to play as Roberto and Stick to the Plan in just a few months with an official release date in Q3 of this year. Away from the world of our pets and back into the reaches of the universe, Project Aurora is the next otherworldly environment that caught my eye. This game reminds me of Factorio, as you are on an alien planet on a research mission attempting to build a base of operations. In Aurora, your choices matter. As captain of your exploration unit, you will need to focus on the successes of your adventures and be mindful that in an alien environment, life hangs in the balance. Touchdown on Aurora will happen before the end of 2023 and will be a game I am highly anticipating to hold me over until the last game releases in the second half of 2024. There's a good chance you first met me through my Dredge videos. If that is the case, welcome back, and this next game might look a bit familiar. Catch and Cook Fishing Adventure takes the open world fishing mechanics from Dredge, removes the whore, and introduces you to the restaurant industry instead. This game has been on my radar since before Steam Next Fest, and I was pleasantly surprised to find it in the recommended games list this past week. I would recommend this game to anyone who saw Dredge but decided to shy away from the game because horror games are not your thing. Catch and Cook is scheduled to cast away on July 6th of this year. If you want a game with a more retro look and feel, I would recommend the pixel graphic-filled adventure of Sea of Stars. This turn-based RPG tells the story of two children who will combine the powers of the sun and moon on an adventure to defeat the monstrous creations created by an evil alchemist. This game looks great and really does give the feel of a retro classic while still having the depth and rich story of modern games. This game is scheduled to release at the end of August of this year and will definitely find its place in my Twitch streams. This next game means we finally get to know who's in Paris. It's cats. And they're hidden in Paris. There's 100 of them. The game was just really cute. I just wanted to give it a quick shout out. Less cute, more action-packed. El Paso Everywhere is a high-action shooter game. This game will have you using stakes, guns, and slow-motion abilities to fight off werewolves and vampires in a reality-shifting motel. Scheduled to release this year, El Paso Everywhere is described as a third-person love letter to the classic shooters. This game does have a gore tag on it, so if you do not enjoy that type of game, you should be warned before playing. I loved watching the gameplay trailer's action and combat scenes and think the gameplay mechanics are a huge plus, and that has interested me in seeing more. If Sons of the Forest was not enough for you and you feel the itch to venture back out into the survival open worlds, you might find yourself at home in Nowhere, Mysterious Artifacts. Although this game is not completely out in the wilderness, the concept is the same. You and up to 3 others in a co-op playthrough will need to discover, loot, and craft supplies into the necessary tools needed to survive. This game is set in the early 1990s, however, that doesn't mean that the graphics do not look visually stunning and even features dynamic weather that will force players to adapt to the environment to survive. This game is one I'm going to be watching as it gets closer to the official release, as it's currently in an alpha testing phase. I would love to be able to do a co-op playthrough on my streams with either other creators or possibly even my own community, so make sure you are subscribed to know more information going forwards. This last game is the one I am most excited to share with you all, and I am excited to also announce that I will be helping with the closed beta testing of this game. If you haven't caught on by now, I am a big fan of games based in space, and this one is no exception to that trend. Moon Mystery takes a simple concept and expands it into a visually stunning game. The moon is haunted, and you are the sole astronaut left in an attempt to unravel the moon's mysteries. There are secrets to be uncovered, including the truth as to why there was a race to the moon back in the 60s. This game has you traveling to different worlds in a first-person shooter-style survival adventure game. This game has everything I look for when picking a new title. Platforming, puzzles, vehicles to drive, survival aspects, and even a lovable robot companion. This game is not officially a part of Steam Next Fest this year and isn't planned for release until around September of next year, but I had to include it on this list of games I am excited for that will be coming out soon. That is all the games I have on my radar coming out in the next year that I found on Steam's Next Fest library. This is not an extensive list of all the games I'm looking forward to, as there were some that I just could not fit into this video. If there's a game you want me to check out on stream or even make a video about, make sure you comment the game below, and while you wait for these games to come out, you can check out this video about the game that changed my life.